Are you wondering what the difference is between Northeast Cape Coral and Southeast Cape Coral? Well, you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Luna Knoll, realtor with Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate Pristine. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe so that you get all of my latest information on Southwest Florida. Today, we're going to take a driving tour of Northeast Cape Coral. You ready? Let's go. Cape Coral was mostly settled in sections, with Southeast Cape Coral being developed the first. It's based on a grid system, and Northeast Cape Coral is more inland. It's just west of North Fort Myers. It runs from east of Santa Barbara and north of Hancock Bridge. The eastern border is mostly around Southeast 24th Avenue, almost to Pine Island Road. And then after that, the border is not a straight line between Northeast Cape Coral and North Fort Myers. At some points, Cape Coral actually comes up to Highway 41, but it's not consistent. So now we're driving around Gator Circle, passing a canal here, driving around Gator Circle in Northeast Fort Myers. A lot of open land. You'll notice that's one of the biggest differences between the northern section and the southern sections of Cape Coral. You also notice, since you're a little bit more inland here with Northeast Cape Coral, you'll see more pine trees, so trees are a little bit different there. Obviously still have some palm trees, but you have more pine trees. Most of these homes were built since 2000. Occasionally you'll see some that are older. Some areas from North 2 are where water and sewer lines are already being run, namely south of Pine Island Road and south of Tropicana Parkway. North 1 zone is anticipated to start in the summer of 2022, and that will run up to Santa Barbara and Diplomat, and then from Andalusia up just north of Kismet Parkway. For more information on this, you may want to watch my video on assessments and utilities. You can see now we're passing the back of Island Coast High School. It backs up to Gator Circle. My video on Cape Coral assessments and utilities may give you a little bit more information on what areas have sewer and water lines and which ones are to come the soonest, and then what are future projects. North 1 has approximately 8,500 parcels, approximately 3,000 of which have homes, so only about 35% developed. You can tell that's one of the most significant differences between that and Southeast Cape Coral. There's minimal Gulf access. That's also another big difference. So the only section really of Gulf access is a small section between Pine Island and Hancock Bridge. There are freshwater canals though, so those are scattered throughout northeastern Cape Coral. And again, throughout Cape Coral and in Northeast as well, most parcels are approximately 1/4 of an acre, about 10,000 square feet. And the lots run 10,000 to 30,000, depending on the location. In real estate, everything's about the location. And then on a freshwater canal, they can run anywhere from 15,000 to 100,000, depending on the location, the depth, and the width of the canal. So now as you see here, as we turn off of Gator Circle, we see a little bit more, not directly, back in the neighborhood, so it'll give you a little bit better idea of the homes themselves. You notice some of the newer homes are built up on elevated land. That's to help with flooding, or to help make sure you don't flood. Almost all the homes are concrete block with stucco. You'll notice some of them have pools. Most of the homes that have pools have a pool cage around it or a screened enclosure. That's to help make sure you keep all unwanted guests out, including insects as well as reptiles. Pools tend to run starting around $30,000. I usually say to estimate a good $50,000. And that includes the pool, the screen closure, and the decking around the pool. You'll notice some solar, and a lot of people that have pool heaters use that to be solar as well. Of course, pools can run up into the six figures depending on how elaborate you get with waterfalls, etc., etc. Pricing for houses: 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage. Usually start in the $225,000 range. Add a pool to that, it usually starts in the $250,000 range. And on a freshwater canal that's already built, as a rule, is going to be up another $50,000. But again, that can definitely vary. And those are just starting prices. So you'll see some homes that might be on a double lot or a triple lot that might be much more expensive. In Cape Coral, there are very few gated communities. It's mostly single-family homes without homeowners associations. But as you can see, most homes are very well maintained. There are a few condos, especially towards North Fort Myers, where it tends to be a little busier, and some apartments in the Pine Island, Pondella area. Cape Coral has over 400 miles of canals. Just over 100 of those are Gulf access and almost 300 miles of freshwater canals. You can see the housing tends to be in clusters, so we'll go through a lot of areas where there's a lot of open land, and then you'll see a lot where they seem to be almost right next door to each other. Another gorgeous day here in Southwest Florida. Sun's out, blue skies. Hard to pass this up. I know it's having some cold weather up north, and on Christmas Day we're supposed to be down in the 60s, but here it is Christmas Eve and we're in the 80s, so pretty wonderful weather that we have here. So now we're driving out west a little bit. As we come down to the end of this road, you'll see one of the preserves just south of Gator Circle. Lee County does a really good job with all of the parks, the parks and preserves, and just making sure that the beauty of the nature is maintained, which is a large part while we're down here. Some folks started out with their homes down here being second homes, but since COVID, we've had a lot of people decide to make it their primary home or to spend a lot more time in it as a secondary home because they have larger lots and can have a pool and really spread out a little bit instead of being on top of each other. That's one of the few advantages of COVID, is being able to work from home and really hopefully be in a home that you really are enjoying. You can see throughout still the space that exists in Northeast Cape. Again, you can see the more pine trees, but you still have the palm trees as we have directly in front of us there. Give you another look at some of the homes before we start showing you the business districts. Again, you'll notice the newer ones are raised up. A lot of families out here in Northeast Cape. You'll see an example of the pool cage on the back of this home here. This one's done in the black. They're usually either in the black or the white. This is a larger home. 3-car garage. And you've got a lot of space there So it's nice that you are able to have a lot of space and still not be far at all from the amenities that you need, shopping, etc. I'm going to show you an example here in just a minute of all the business districts that are very close to here. Some of them might not exactly be in Northeast Cape Coral, but they're not far at all to get to. So you kind of get the best of both worlds. You have the space at home, and then you have the close proximity to the things that you need. Newer home, larger home, 3-car garage. Again, elevated a little bit. Now we're coming up on a real nice home. This would not be in the $225,000 price range. So as you can see, the homes, depending on the style, the size, and when they were built, can vary greatly in price. We do have a few 2-story homes. Not common, but we do have a few of those, as now the population under 65 is, for the first time, greater than that over 65. And as we move into some of the businesses, this is Merchants Crossing. We're just passing Heavenly Pizza, and I'll put in a plug for them. They're great. But Merchants Crossing is actually in North Fort Myers, but it butts up to Northeast Cape Coral. It's an older shopping center. Still has a lot of good shops. Again, like I said, Heavenly Pizza is great. Bell's is a Florida-based department store, but they have both the stores and the outlets, which are nice. And then we have, of course, Joann Fabrics in Merchants Crossing too, in addition to some of the stores and shops. We have a movie theater, and we also have Lee County Tax Department, so it makes it easy, a place to come and get what you need with Lee County. I think we're coming up on that right here. Yep, we sure are. So even though this is an older shopping center, still obviously very functional. And just outside of Northeast Cape Coral in terms of being able to access it. Here at the corner is the movie theater. Also has a couple of restaurants. There's Heavenly Pizza, there's a Subway, and then there's also an Applebee's in here as well, Planet Fitness. So a good size shopping center. Then most of the business district runs along Del Prado and Pine Island. We're now right around the corner of Pine Island and Pondella in Northeast Cape Coral, and this is the large commercial area. We sell Super Target, Burlington, multiple restaurants, larger strip malls, mostly newer, as you can see here. Have Publix, which is our primary grocery store if you don't know that. BJ's is a membership club similar to Costco. Starbucks, so all right in this area. This is a large shopping area, and it's really not that far from Merchants Crossing. I'd say less than 5 minutes, and not far at all from Highway 41. So as you head 41 down south into Fort Myers, you have more business as well, but this is in Northeast Cape Coral. So, and you can see too how new the area is in terms of the shops and the center itself. This is much newer than the one that's there in Merchants Crossing in North Fort Myers. Most of the commercial is in strip malls like this. There is a more of a mall type down in southeast Cape Coral, but and there's a true indoor mall in Fort Myers, but most are in strip malls. Now we're actually in southwest Cape Coral, but the north edge of it. And I want you to see here some of the restaurants that are so easily accessible to northeast Cape Coral. We passed Carrabba's. We're also going to come up on Bonefish Grill, and Gregory's is a nice fusion restaurant. So it gives you a lot more options, even though they're not in northeast Cape Coral, of easily accessible restaurants that are very close to northeast Cape Coral, as well as a lot of other shopping opportunities. Again, in strip malls, that's probably the most common way for all of our commercial business. And of course, we've got a lot of pool stores because so many people take advantage of being able to use their pool 9 to 12 months out of the year. We have a little bit of cooler weather, maybe January, but if you've got a heater on your pool, there are very few days you wouldn't be able to use your pool. Healthcare here in Lee County is in the top 100 in the country, so it's another great thing if you're considering moving here. A lot of great restaurants, good shopping. There's Bonefish Grill. Pretty much everything that you need is pretty easily accessible. Pinch a Penny's another pool store. If you found this video helpful, you should check out some of the others I've done on living in Cape Coral. It'll help give you a better feel for the area. Certainly if you're considering moving down, you want to know as much about it as you possibly can so you make the best decision that you can. Obviously, I think it's a wonderful area to be in and just want to help you get to know the area better. This is Gregory's. It's a fusion restaurant. Wonderful place to eat as well. But I've done a lot of videos on living in Cape Coral, and hopefully that'll give you more and more information. I think the more information we have, the better decisions that we can make. Well, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I hope I get to see you again real soon.